So if you want to get better at Fortnite, you made it to the right place. And before you skip this intro, I just want to pre-warn you, there are tons of different tips and tricks videos out there, and a lot of the times that information is regurgitated or simply can't be super helpful. But in this video, I can almost guarantee you're going to learn something new, and by the end, you're going to have something to work on or find a different way that you're going to improve your game. All I ask is for you to watch the full video, and if you learn something new and find this actually to be helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button. But let's stop wasting time. Let's get right into tip number 1. All right, guys, so tip number 1 is going to be a tip with the Kinetic Blade. With the Kinetic Blade, as most of you know, if you try to dash into somebody's box, you can't get in. And I have somebody holding this wall here, right? But if you ping the wall and you go 21 to 22 meters away, you can dash directly into their box while they still are holding their wall. But remember, this doesn't work at 19 or 20 meters. It only works at 21 to 22 meters away. All right, guys, and wasting no time, we're hopping into the second tip. And this one, almost all of my controller players are going to be able to relate. So as most of you guys have probably experienced, you can lose your aim assist totally randomly in game. And there's a really easy fix. The first way to fix it is to go into your settings and you go to your aim assist strength and you take it from 99% and then you press apply. Then you go back to 100% and then press apply. Then if you go back, you will guaranteed have aim assist, just like how I have here. But if you're in the middle of a fight and you're in a sticky situation, you can't really go into your settings and take a minute to kind of fix it. So the second best way that 99% of the time will fix it is simply just to aim in on your opponent. All right, and as you can see, I do not have aim assist, but right when I spam in, now I do have aim assist, even while I shoot, as you guys can see in real time. All right, guys, and moving right into tip number 3. So one thing that I always see people doing is sitting here practicing retakes. And that honestly can be a bad thing because practicing certain retakes doesn't really help you get a lot better at the game. So let's say you're practicing this whole retake and it has a big subset of moves and it's really flashy and you want to get it down and you put a lot of time into perfecting it and doing everything right with the right moves at the right time. Well, when the time comes to it in game or even in 1v1s, you don't ever have to use the full retake. You more or less just want to close the gap in between you and your opponent. And spamming a bunch of flashy retakes just isn't always necessary. So instead, whenever you're free building, don't try to focus on perfecting a sole set of moves. Just simply practice your piece control. Try to focus on hard edits and awkward builds and focus on consistency with your normal builds rather than trying to perfect a whole entire retake that honestly isn't really helpful in game anyways. And while we're on the topic of consistency, that brings us right into tip number 4. So tip number 4 is a way on how to get rid of your edit delay. And yes, this works on keyboard, mouse, and controller. I've heard some controller players saying that this tip doesn't work for controller, but I promise you it does. And when you change these two settings, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to start off by going into our settings, then go to the game tab, and we're going to scroll down until you see disable pre-edit option right here. So when you have this option off, you can pre-edit any of your structures just like how you see here. And if you've been playing Fortnite for a while, you know that it's super annoying whenever you pre-edit your builds because, you know, whenever you're in game and this happens, it can be super frustrating. So that's why Epic Games did add this setting so that we could disable this option and we could turn it on. So with this option on, mistakes like that just simply can't happen. But one thing with having this setting on is that it gives you a ton of edit delay. So if you do have disable pre-edit option on, make sure you turn this off because it'll get rid of a really bad edit delay, especially if you're on controller. There's another setting that if you turn on can decrease an edit delay that you already have. Go to your settings and come to the keyboard controls and you're going to want to scroll all the way down until you find the miscellaneous. And you're going to want to come to switch quick bar and you're going to want to put this to a bind that you never press in game. I put mine on L, and a quick bar is an old setting for your build menu on keyboard and mouse. So if I press L, I pull up my build menu just like on controller. And that's how people used to build back in the day with their scroll wheel. They would scroll through their builds. But of course, people got more advanced and they started just to use singular binds for their builds, and they would just disable that setting. But if you turn that setting on and you try it for yourself, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But guys, if this video did help and you learned something new, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And also, I always love to see who watches my full videos and who the real ones are. So if you're seeing this part of the video, go down in the comments and comment 4 W's just like this so I know that you watched this part of the video. And also, guys, there's a secret setting that all of the pros use that you can turn on to instantly improve your crosshair placement and your mechanics. And I explain how to do it and what it is in this video right here on screen. So go ahead and click it and I will see you in there. And thanks again for watching to the very end. Much love. Peace.